men still streaming in as we get underway. Right off the bat, LC Aris going backwards. Ron Kamenka with it near side. Facing some pressure, and Med City forces the turnover there. And nice pass up ahead. Claudio Repetto whistled for offsides. Jared Wolt, you can hear him from up here yelling and encouraging the forwards.
Keep it up. Stay aggressive.
Stay on the attack. Repetto had a goal and an assist in the season opener against Union Dubuque.
Nobody might have heard anything.
That's okay. Med City on the attack here again. About 90 seconds in, it's Mito Mujic on the far side against a couple defenders. LC Aris eventually comes away with it. Matthew Espeline has it in the corner. Mito nearly takes it right back. Now Espeline up the far sideline. Matu Pazos makes a play on it, gets it. Defended by Ryan Maxwell. And Pazos, centering pass, I think he's called for offside. And LC Aris will take over on possession. Don't rush off after the game. Hang around and meet the team. Med City FC players will be signing autographs after the game, so be sure to get your programs or gear signed. And after the autograph session, come hang out with the team at Grand Rounds. Two minutes gone here in the first half as Med City sends another one deep into the LC Aris zone. Aris yet to find their way to the Med City end of the field. Granted, it's still early as Kamenka passes back with the netminder, Alberto Centeno. Med City takes it back here. That was Ali Fawaz. And now Fawaz trying to center it. Too many defenders there as Francisco Neto. It's it back to Fawaz. Now Matu Pazos working against the defender. Gets some space. Centers it. Header is caught. Nice play, though. Ali Fawaz headed it right into the waiting arms of Alberto Centeno. But a great pass and header nonetheless. First scoring chance of the night for Med City goes begging. 3 minutes in, we're still 0-0. Every sponsor is vital to the success of Med City FC. We'd like to recognize our 2018 player-level sponsors for their support. Collins Orthodontic, Old Abe Coffee Company, Two Legendary Sports Incorporated, and Northgate Imports. LC Aris passing it backwards here. Whoops. That was Hugh Preslow on the retreat. Now they do get it across midfield, but Med City right there. The number of defenders, Claudio Repetto, give and go with Matu Pazos. And now far side, it's another offside call on Med City. So 3 of those thus far in the first 4 minutes as the Mayhem are staying aggressive here in the early going. Goal kick up coming here from Alberto Centeno. As Med City threatens, it's LC Aris. And that one Goes out of bounds for LC Aris, and so it'll be Med City taking over. Nate Levy with his first touch of the night. We'll send it in. 5 minutes gone here in the first half as fans continue to stream in. Tonight our ball kids from the Casson Manorville Youth Soccer Association. Easy to see out there in the neon yellow. A little different shade of yellow than the LC Aris, so it's forgivable for sure. As Med City gets it across midfield, Matu Pazos looking for Nicholas Raisler. And it's tipped away by LC Aris, out of bounds. Eat healthy on the go. Quick Trip makes it easy with fresh daily salads and sandwiches, healthy yogurts and cheeses, wonderful fruit cups, and an assortment of fresh fruits and vegetables. Fresh is the best, and Quick Trip is making it fresh for you. Matu Pazos, middle of the field, looking for somewhere to go, and a nice touch pass up ahead, and that's a goal for Med City. Claudio Repetto getting it in, and they're going to wave that one off with offsides once again. The fourth offsides call of this first half so far for Med City. It looked cool nonetheless, even though they'll wipe it off the board. As Pazos still talking about it with the officials, trying to plead his case. Tough to see the offsides from up here, by the way, because I have a support beam right about where that spot is, as Repetto gets called for offsides. And, well, I can't see it super well, but Frank Moline sitting next to me can. And let's just say he disagreed with that call. 7 minutes now gone, keeping track of the offsides. Med City has 5 of those whistles. So the coaching staff for this evening can't be displeased with the amount of hustle, at least, for Med City. And by the way, tonight your coaches are Frank Spaeth and Isra Perez. I believe Neil Cassidy out of the country this week. So this was planned for. There hasn't been any shake-up up top for Med City. Just a one-week deal for the Mayhem. 7.5 minutes gone here in the first half. No score. Med City had a goal waved off by an offsides call. And that's been the story so far, is they've gone offsides 5 times. So eventually, they'll be able to get into that territory legally and perhaps get one on the board at that point. Global Sports Experience Network will be offering its 2018 Destination Barcelona Youth Soccer Camp on August 6th. Join former Barcelona FC and Spanish La Liga professional players and camp coaches for specialized instruction the Barcelona way. For more information about the camp and to learn how to participate, be sure to visit www.gsenusa.com. The first 40 players to register will be entered into a drawing to win a Barcelona jersey signed by Lionel Messi. Well, here comes Med City once again, but Matu Pazos this time taking an extra second and making sure he was getting across the line legally. And it is eventually corralled by Centeno out in front of the net. So no score, despite a number of chances thus far by Med City 9 minutes in. Lawaz passes to Wrestler, who retreats it back to Nicholas Idipoulos. And Raisler pass up ahead looking for Repetto. And Repetto does indeed get past, but goes wide right. Claudio Repetto working against a couple of defenders from LC Aris. Had to wait just a titch, and that's the thing with all those offsides whistles in the first 7 minutes. 5 in the first 7 to be exact. You see it's at least changed the way Med City has designed their attack. It's almost like they're taking an extra half a step to make sure they don't get the whistle blown so they can get off a shot that'll count. Whistle there on Nacho Garrido. So LC Aris will maintain possession. 10 minutes gone here in the first half. And it's booted up ahead to Nate Levy, who quickly passes it in to Nicholas Idopoulos. Nacho Garrido will dribble it up. And another long pass, far sideline. But Mujic doesn't quite save it. Got a toe on it. And he would have had some room to work had he been able to save that one. There is one goal: to outperform. Mayo Clinic sports medicine experts help athletes to optimize performance, minimize risk, and recover from injuries. Mayo Clinic Sports Medicine is proud to be the official medical and performance provider for Med City FC. Meet your goals by visiting sportsmedicine.mayoclinic.org. Another pass dribbles harmlessly to the keeper, Alberto Centeno, and we remain scoreless 11 minutes in here. Med City has dominated time of possession thus far, and it seems to only be a matter of time before they get one on the board. And that recap of last year, again, Med City, their first ever game in the NPSL was against LC Aris here at home. They won 4-0. And that match could have very easily been 7 or 8. It's based off my memory. They had a few close calls. But the game in lacrosse last season was a much different story. Looked like Med City was going to do the same. They raced up to a 3-goal lead. And then allowed LC Aris to score twice and found themselves in a position where they had to hold on. So for LC Aris, the underdogs here, did not win a game in the NPSL a season ago. You would think they want to score quickly, but it's Nicholas Reisler walking it in, and now a shot attempt by Claudio Repetto. Kind of winding up on that one. I think he hesitated. He had Mito Mujic to his left and decided to shoot at the last second. This corner kick is brought to you by $5 Pizza. Each time the Mayhem score on a corner kick in 2018, 10 lucky winners will receive a free pizza. Sign up for your chance to win as you enter the stadium. And $5 Pizza was nearly paying up on that one. As the corner came in, deflected off a Med City player, hit the crossbar, but did not go across the line. Med City with another chance here. It's Francisco Neto passing it in. He had Mito Mujic and Claudio Repetto right in front of the net with a chance. Plenty of chances for Med City thus far, but no goals just yet. Another corner kick brought to you by $5 Pizza. Here comes the corner from Neto, and we get a whistle out there. So they're going to reset the corner here. Neto sends it in right in front of the net, and that one is denied as well. Idopoulos got a head on it, but it was Alberto Centeno denying the shot. Second impressive save of the night for Alberto Centeno. And LC Aris has been able to keep Med City off the board despite some very dangerous close calls. Reisler walking it in the middle. Passes it off, and now Neto takes a long-distance shot that goes wide left, out of bounds. Possession back to LC Aris. So Med City with their first substitution of the evening. It's Pazos checking out very early for Gracious Kasheki. As Wrestler gets through some traffic, puts off another shot. This one also wide left. So a goalie kick upcoming for LC Aris. 15 minutes gone here in the first half, no score.
In a world of black and white, make your world pop with Fast Signs of Rochester. Their team of creative minds, experts, and problem solvers will help increase the visibility of your business. They have a full line of products and services including design, banners, vinyl graphics, business cards, flyers, and much more. Give them a call for a free consultation at 507-405-3232. Fast Signs is proud to be the pregame sponsor for Med City FC. Fast Signs, more than fast, more than signs.
Nacho Garrido kicking it ahead, and there is Gracious Kasheki getting behind the defense and getting a nice centering pass off that one. Hits the crossbar as well, off the foot of Claudio Repetto. The second shot to hit the crossbar tonight for Med City as well. They have absolutely blitzed LC Aris in these first 16 minutes and so far have nothing to show for it. Repetto especially, he had a header denied and now the shot hitting the crossbar. He could very easily have 2 goals already. Might be a matter of when, not if, for Repetto as he has it now and puts off another shot. That may have been a frustration attempt as that one went well beyond the crossbar. And LC Aris will take over. Send it to midfield, and Nicholas Idopoulos there to head it back. And again, Med City has spent the bulk of the evening on the LC Aris side of the field. As Idopoulos tracks that one down, passes to Levy, and Levy not worried about those 2 attackers for LC Aris being right in his face. Just quickly throws it in. LC Aris able to force the turnover. Kamenka with it near side. Fawaz gave him a little bit of harassment on this side. So he retreats to Centeno. And Centeno across midfield, stolen away by Aaron Wagner. And now a pass to Repetto, and it fans in front of Gracious Kasheki. Another close call for Med City, but no goal. 18 minutes gone, still no score. So Med City inbounding on the far side. And there's Wagner with it up top. Passing back to Mujic. A little more patient look here for Med City as they have been, I described it as a blitz attack earlier. So now looking for some passing lanes, and Jared Wolt misdirects that one. Nate Levy sends it back ahead to Wagner. Wolt reverses field, near side, Idopoulos. Sends it up ahead. Nice pass from Idopoulos. Repetto has it, midfield. Now passes over to Fawaz, right side. Has a seam, puts on a left-footed attempt, and it's caught by Centeno. No shortage of work so far tonight for Centeno. Made a number of saves already. As Raisler tries to pass that one ahead with the left-footed attempt. Knocked back out to Neto. Neto to Mujic. Mujic with some nifty footwork, but has it taken away by a LC Aris defender. Believe that was Evan Espeline. It's batted out to midfield. Now Nacho Garrido passing ahead. It's Claudio Repetto once again. He's been active. Repetto centering it with the left foot. Out in front, and denied once again. Centeno had a hand on it, and then it was booted by one of his defenders. Far side, it's Bruno Marone trying to get it into the Med City zone, and they can't do it. Nacho Garrido with the steal, and then he gets tripped up by Marone, and Garrido is down. Another scare for LC Aris. But no harm done. But a corner kick on the way for Med City FC. Another corner kick brought to you by $5 Pizza. A lot of traffic in front of the net, but Med City can't get a shot off there. And that one does drift out of bounds before Med City could get a foot on it. So a goalie kick coming here for Centeno. 22 minutes gone here in the first half. Still no score. Med City has threatened a number of times. They still have yet to get one past Alberto Centeno. They've had two hit the crossbar, and Centeno has made a couple very nice saves in addition to several rather regular saves, I guess you would call them. As Bruno Marone dribbles it in. Tipped away by Ali Fawaz. And Levy will pass ahead to Ida Polos. Levy sending it up the far side here as Med City looks to set up yet another attack. Francisco Neto with it midfield. Dumps it off to Gracious Kasheki. Catches it in the corner. Back to Neto. Neto lining up a shot, now dribbling towards the middle, passing, and that one hopped. I think Mujic might have gotten a toe on it, but ultimately picked up by Alberto Centeno. He has been the busiest player for LC Aris here in this first half. As Wagner fought off Matthew Espeline, Nate Levy eventually just came running out and wrapped his arms around that ball. So the closest thing to a scoring chance thus far for LC Aris also goes begging. Pass up ahead looking for Repetto. Tipped away. Neto over to Wrestler. Gets it right back from Nacho Garrido. And now Wrestler. Back to Garrido, about 30 yards out. Thought about striking. And now the pass up ahead. Two hops its way to Centeno. And he'll send it in. Play at midfield. Headed forward by Idopoulos. And pass back to Centeno. Now 25 minutes gone here in the first half. No score. Idapoulos cuts off another LC Aris pass. Is there at midfield. Long left-footed kick. There by Marone. Up ahead it's Matthew Espeline on the far side. He's got Max Kundert there with him. Kundert retreats. Back to Espeline. And Med City takes it away. Now Repetto gets the pass, and he'll be called offsides. He's upset about it, but that was the right call. The 6th offsides call of this half on Med City, but the first in about 20 minutes of play. Met City with it here on the near side. And it's Nicholas Raisler. Passing it off to the left. Dumped in by Wagner. Gracious Kashecki. Lining up the defense. Is Med City able to just walk it into the box here? Mujic. Fan on the pass. And LC Aris going the other way for the moment. But Garrido and Fawaz there to cut it off. Now Raisler has a couple options and will take it himself, and it'll just go wide right. Every LC Aris defender was awaiting a pass, so he decided to just take the shot, and it got past Centeno, but was just a tad right. Still no score, 27 minutes gone here in the first half. Med City, plenty of chances. Our stats guy next to us are clicking away. We'll have those for you at the break. So far it's been all Med City, but the scoreboard looks equal. Sending it in for LC Aris will be Hugh Parslow, as that one was last touched by Kashecki. LC Aris reversing field. And now a far pass up ahead. Levy comes right up to cut that off. Send it forward. He might be getting a little bored back there. So on cue, Nicholas Idapoulos gives him a pass, lets him play along for a bit. Another pass cut off by Fawaz. LC Aris playing it conservative. As Raisler cuts off another pass, you can see their defense retreating almost immediately, trying to stop any chance at an on-man rush or a breakaway. Now a free kick upcoming for Med City. Francisco Neto placing it. Is joined by Midat Mujic. And now Mujic will go join the rest of the crowd. Neto lining it up. And he sends that one over the crossbar out of bounds. 30 minutes gone here in the first half. No score between Med City and LC Aris. Gear up and defend the North. Med City FC merchandise is available here at the game tonight. Show your true colors by picking up a t-shirt, scarf, decal, and more, or visit our website at medcityfc.com and order online.
Be sure to check out our new items for 2018 at the
What's that?
It's a water break for the team, but not for you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just as gassed as them, you know? Now, that may be my own fault, but Rochester Athletic Club is a proud partner of Med City FC. The Rochester Athletic Club is more than a health club. The club is a space to work out, spend time with family and friends, refine your skills, and relax in our spa-like facilities. This summer, you can even hang out with Med City FC players at the Rack, either through attending camps or just spending some free time with them in the neighborhood. Rochester Athletic Club. Be fit, be family, be well.
So on the saves, I'm not counting the crossbar. The shots. Those are just shots.
Those are just shots, right.
The goalie didn't do anything.
Well, he didn't do nothing either, but he just doesn't get credit. Every sponsor is vital to the success of Med City FC. We'd like to recognize our 2018 player-level sponsors for their support. That includes Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the Rochester Post-Bulletin, Laser 101.7 and K-Fan, and Futsal Collective. Anybody know if I'm saying that right? Futsal? F-U-T? Is it futsal? Okay. Didn't know if it was like a spin on football. Futsal. Futsal.
I believe it's, I don't know if it's German or the Brazilian. I think it's German and the Brazilians teach it.
It sounds German. Futsal. Doesn't have an umlaut. So after a break in the action, Med City back at it. It'll be Alberto Centeno, the MVP of this first half for LC Aris, sending it in. Nifty move there by Hugh Parslow. As Midat Mujic takes it away, Francisco Neto up ahead to Claudio Repetto. Neto now, left side, has a chance. Gets tied up, tries to center it, and it's taken away. Now Nacho Garrido tries to reset. Kasheki, left side, has an angle, header, goes begging for Med City. Nice pass by Kasheki. And Med City starting to get perhaps a little frustrated here. They've had a number of chances. Many close calls, but still no goals to show for it, so maybe pressing the issue here just a tad. Centeno taking his time to send this one in. As I mentioned at the get-go, it's a warm evening here in Rochester. We had temps above 80 all day. No one is complaining, considering we had snow on the ground less than a month ago. But still our first true heat wave of 2018, and so perhaps the players feeling it a little bit more now than they will next month. As Kamaka, a dangerous pass, eventually corralled by Centeno. A little too much air under that one. But Centeno able to pick it up and punt it towards midfield. Ida Paulos there to send it right back into the LC Aris zone. Even Kamenka gets it across midfield for LC Aris, and now Aaron Wagner there to take it right back for Med City. The time of possession for Med City has to be in the 90% something here in this first half.
We hope to have that stat for you at halftime as they dribble another one in, and that shot goes wide right as well. Good offensive attack anyway for Med City, but 35 minutes gone in this first half, and still no goals to show for it. Good crowd tonight. Has maybe a bit of a Los Angeles climate led to a Los Angeles style atmosphere this evening. Folks getting in a little after the tip-off, but stands have filled in nicely as this game has progressed. As Midat Mujic gets tied up with Adamir Lino Cortez at midfield. Nacho Garrido not wasting any time, passes it right ahead to Gracious Kasheki. And now Neto. And then Claudio Repetto. Bevy of LC Aris defenders there. They're really protecting against the middle, so Med City is going to have to try and beat him on the perimeter here. As Ryan Maxwell gets set to boot it away for LC Aris. And he does exactly that all the way to Nate Levy, who could have called a fair catch. Levy passing it right back in. Next to no attack thus far from LC Aris, but the defense has really tightened up here the last 20 minutes or so as Maxwell will get whistled there. Contact on Midat Mujic. Yet another save there by Centeno, as Med City has challenged him plenty in this first half, but have yet to break through. No score, nearly 38 minutes gone here in this first half. Pass up ahead, good defense there by Ida Paulos. Correction, that was Jared Wolt cutting off that attack as Nicholas Raisler dribbles up ahead. Bagpipes start to play as Gracious Kasheki will get whistled for another offside. And some arms raised out on the field for Med City as they thought they waited long enough. But this officiating crew maybe not as liberal as some others. As Repetto gets a foot on it, passing it to Mujic, LC Aris defense. Bats it around and tries to clear it out. As Med City goes to work quick after the whistle. Fawaz passes to Mujic, offside. By my count, that's 8 offsides calls in this first half on Med City. Nacho Garrido dribbling through a couple LC Aris defenders and a shot off the face of Adamir Lino Cortez, who's still down. That came from one of his own teammates, and the officials are going to go ahead and blow the whistle. I imagine some concussion protocol here, as that was a clearing kick. I believe it was Bruno Marone who tried to send that one away. So we will take a quick break while Lino Cortez gets examined. Play resumes here from the Regional Sports Stadium in Rochester. And LC Aris, in a curious move, has not sent a new player out. So I guess that means good news, as Adamar Lino Cortez appears to be okay. He's back on the field. So after laying on the turf for a good 3 minutes, he must have passed the concussion protocol over on the sidelines. And we'll have 4 minutes of stoppage time. So we've entered stoppage time. Still no score. Med City with time for a couple more chances here as Reisler passes that one up ahead. It's tipped back out by LC Aris. Lino Cortez with the ball. Passing up ahead to Christian Fernandez. As Midat Mujic takes it away from Ivan Kamenka. And now Nacho Garrido passing far side. Francisco Neto lining up a defender, and it's tipped away by Ryan Maxwell. So here comes Neto on the corner. Going right towards the middle. That one headed in. Finally, Med City on the board. It's Nicholas Idapoulos heading it in stoppage time here in the first half and giving Med City a 1-0 lead. So Med City finally on the board here. 1-0. I say finally because they had so many chances in this half. And it's off a well-placed corner kick. That thing fluttered up there for just a little bit extra. And it was Nicholas Idapoulos, a defender, and a tall drink of water at that. Heading it in just the right spot to get it past Alberto Centeno for the first goal of the match for Med City. It's 1-0. We're still in stoppage time here in the first half. There's a bit of a threat here. Max Kundert dribbling it in for LC Aris. And that one went out of bounds, so Nate Levy will send it in for Med City. Now imagine as we go into halftime, the Mayhem will continue to stay aggressive in the second half, but sometimes just mentally having that first goal when you've had so many chances in the first half certainly helps the psyche heading out of halftime. As Kasheki getting harassed on the near sideline by Addison Frabler. And finally a whistle. Frabler pushed him from behind a couple times, got away with it, and it was the third time that earned the whistle. Ali Fawaz will send it in for Med City here on the near side. Interesting angle here for Fawaz as he sends it in, and that one headed goes wide right. It was touched by a member of LC Aris, but it drifts out of bounds, which means a corner kick upcoming for Med City. Francisco Neto in the corner. He had the assist on our only goal of the first half. What do you say? Pass and a shot deflected wide. It was Jared Wolt coming in. Well-positioned play there for Med City, but couldn't capitalize, so we stay at 1-0. So we head to halftime here. It's Med City 1, LC Aris nothing. We'll take about a 15-minute break and be back for the second half of action. You're watching Med City football. Second half now underway between Med City and LC Aris. We have some stats for you here from the first half. Time of possession, 60-40 in favor of Med City. However, time spent on the LC Aris side of the field was a lot higher than that. Med City got off 6 shots, 5 of which were saved. 2 of them hit the crossbar. 16 shots total for Med City as they threaten here again. So 6 shots on goal off of 16 shots. 5 corner kicks, 1 which turned into the only goal of the match thus far. And there were 8 offsides penalties called against Med City in that first half. As Nacho Garrido feeds Claudio Repetto here on the near side. Repetto working against Ryan Maxwell, who tips it away. And they deflect over onto the near side once again. Matthew Espeline has it poked away by Garrido. And we'll pass it in. Hugh Parslow has it tipped away. And so Francisco Neto will inbound for Med City. Neto, the 1 assist on the night off that corner kick. Neto had a goal and an assist in the home opening win against Union Dubuque. But Med City still looking for their first conference win, having lost over the weekend against Minneapolis City. Pass and shot just wide left for Gracious Kasheki. Kept it low. Very nice pass. Couldn't see who gave it to him. But Med City has had a number of close calls tonight. That's their first one of the second half. 2 minutes gone in this half. Alberto Centeno will boot it away for LC Aris. Neto able to tip it forward. And now Midat Mujic. Passing to Nacho Garrido. He's got options. Gives way to Mujic, who has it taken away. Nifty play there by Adamar Lino Cortez. Got injured in the first half. They checked him out a little bit more over halftime. Again, worried about a concussion. He took a ball off the face from his own player who was trying to clear it out. So a fastball type of kick hitting Cortez right in the face as Mujic dribbles it in, passes looking for Repetto, and it's cut off by Centeno to prevent the threat. Four minutes gone here in the second half. Med City with it near midfield. Nicholas Idapaulos, the 1 goal on the evening. He has it on the far side of the field right now. Francisco Neto dribbling it in on the near side. Nearly has it taken away. Maintains possession. And looking to the middle, but 3 LC Aris defenders were there. Just too much traffic to get it through. There's Matthew Espeline. Gets by a couple Med City midfielders. And now almost receives it back. Up ahead, Christian Fernandez. Shot in Levy, nearly lost it. And now covers up. nearly disastrous for Med City as Levy, typically very sure-handed, slipped on that one a bit, but was able to recover before anything bad could happen on the side of Med City. Now here comes Neto. Kicks to his right. And that one taken away momentarily. Nacho Garrido boots it back into the zone. And nice defensive play there by Ivan Kamenka. Garrido takes it back from Fernandez. Now Claudio Repetto dribbling in, also trying to get towards the middle. Boots that one out of bounds. Seven and a half minutes into the second half here. Med City with a 1-0 lead. Threatening again here. Deep in LC Aris territory. As it's backed out to Nacho Garrido. Med City a pretty patient attack here. And as I say that, they booted ahead to Gracious Kasheki. Nice centering pass. Repetto a bit in front of it, but then rebounds and scores. Claudio Repetto off the feed from Gracious Kasheki. Feed was a tad behind him. Kasheki stuck with it and sent it to the back of the net. At the 53-minute mark, here in the second half, Med City takes a 2-0 lead. Med City builds their lead to 2-0. And I think we had an injured player for LC Aris. So getting checked out on the sidelines right now is again Adamar Lino Cortez. He was shaken up earlier in this match. He may have taken a cleat off the arm as they're looking at his hand right now. But to recap that goal, it was Gracious Kasheki getting behind the defense, passing it towards the middle. Repetto overran it. Ball hit off a LC Aris defender, and since Repetto was already in position, he just spun around, put on the shot attempt, and got it to go to the back of the net. So at the 53-minute mark, it's Med City taking a 2-0 lead. Looking for their first win in NPSL action this season in their second match. And also looking to stay undefeated at home.
21 4.
Another close call there for LC Aris as Med City brought it in. Mujic got a shot off, but it was corralled by Alberto Centeno. Kasheki trying to center it again. Nobody home this time. Neto tries to cut it off. It'll be cleared out by LC Aris. As Kasheki tries to steal that one from behind on Addison Frabler. Jared Wolt cuts it off, kicks it ahead, and it goes out of bounds. LC Aris with it at midfield. 12 minutes gone here in half number 2. It's Med City with a 2-0 lead. As LC Aris tries to get something going here. Matthew Espeline at midfield. Gets tied up by Repetto. And so a free kick upcoming at midfield for LC Aris. And Adam Erlino Cortez comes back in after sitting out for a moment. Claudio Repetto setting it up the near side, and another offside call on Med City. Despite trying to wait for it. LC Aris will take over. And they send it backwards to reverse field, I would assume here. They do. Centeno over to Hugh Parslow. And Parslow will inbound after it was last touched by Med City. Med City with it midfield as our shadows disappear. A perfect night at this point. We had temperatures above 80 for most of the day. But outside now it's probably about 70. Nice cool breeze. Not a hefty wind, which is something Rochester is typically known for. So a perfect night to take in a soccer match, and so far the home team doing their part with a 2-0 lead 15 minutes into the second half here against LC Aris. As that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Matthew Espeline. So Med City will send it in. Nate Levy reverses field. And now Francisco Neto has some space to work. Neto brings it in, puts a shot ahead, and I think they would have been called for offside had they touched that one anyway. It was tough to see because we don't have jersey numbers on the front. I think it was Nacho. Nope, Claudio Repetto was charging in. Had he been able to head it, it probably would have found the net. But there also probably would have been a whistle for offside, which has happened on a few occasions tonight for Med City. There's another substitution. Javier Milla coming in for Midat Mujic. Nacho Garrido at midfield. Has it taken away by Cortez. Pass up ahead with some space to work. Matthew Espeline. Espeline gives way to Max Kundert, and Kundert tips it off of Aaron Wagner. And LC Aris will have their first corner kick of the evening. It'll be Asad Mujic, who was on Med City's roster a week ago. He's the brother of Midat Mujic, but he got the offer from LC Aris, would probably get more playing time there than he would here in Med City. And so he took the offer, sending that corner kick in. Nate Levy rising up and pulling it down. Levy like a wide receiver, the way he goes up and grabs those jump balls. And a big collision at midfield. No call. And slowly getting up off the turf for LC Aris is Ivan Kamenka. And now Med City with another push. Shot and a goal! An absolute snipe by Francisco Neto. Dribbling all the way past the defense and netting Med City's third goal of the night. So Francisco Neto makes it a 3-goal lead for Med City. An absolute laser from about 15 yards out. He got past the defense, and Med City's had all these close calls tonight. Normally, Neto, a very good table setter, normally looks to pass first, but on that occasion, he had his eyes on the goal. Went with the fastball, and there was never any doubt. So at the 63-minute mark, Med City now in complete control of this match. Cortez trying to get it out of LCRS territory. They've tried to do that quite a bit this evening. As Neto, nice pass up ahead. Centering pass deflected away. Repetto receives it on the other side. Backs it out towards the middle. And Med City will have to reset. Give and go here with Mia. And now Ressler.
Back to Mia. They're taking their time. Look at those LC Aris defenders all bunched in the middle. They look a bit gassed here. Not a very deep squad, only 3 subs. As Garrido passes it away, receives it back, sends it into the corner. Centering pass upcoming. That one tipped away, but dangerously. So it went wide right of the net. Defensive play by Addison Frabler. And now a corner kick upcoming for Med City. Corner kick is deflected away. Out of bounds, last touch by Med City. As Cortez receives it. Claudio Repetto fighting for it. Near side has it poked away and out of bounds. Med City will maintain possession here and quickly inbound.
They're giving them fancy rules and
I missed that sign up. Neto passing up ahead. Repetto way off sides, so that goal won't count. And LC Aris will take over. Gracious Kasheki takes it. Now Repetto avoids the offsides call and sends it towards the middle into no man's land. Nobody charging into the middle. So LC Aris will regain possession here. Approaching the 70-minute mark here in this match. Med City with a 3-0 lead. Expect Med City to start emptying the bench. They've already made a couple substitutions. They dressed the full 18 for tonight, and I would expect to see everybody in uniform make their way into the match. As Raisler walks it in. Now Repetto on the left side. Dumps it in for Kasheki, who just keeps it in bounds. Hits it off an LC Aris defender. It's cleared out. Up top, Javier Mia. The pass, now Nacho Garrido, the little touch pass, was looking for Claudio Repetto, but the offside call strikes once again to Med City.
Goalie kick coming here for Nate Levy. About the only drama now is if Med City can preserve the shutout. No shots on goal yet for LC Aris.
I gave him one. I mean, they kind of messed that fumble on that.
Maybe one, depending on who's taking stats on the Nate Levy tie-up that we had about 10 to 15 minutes ago. As Kasheki has it taken away. And Asad Mujic tries to get it across midfield. He's cut off by Jared Wolf, but it goes out of bounds. Global Sports Experience Network will be offering its 2018 Destination Barcelona Youth Soccer Camp on August 6th. Join former Barcelona FC and Spanish La Liga professional players and camp coaches for specialized instruction the Barcelona way. For more information about the camp and to learn how to participate, be sure to visit www.gsenusa.com. The first 40 players to register will be entered into a drawing to win a Barcelona jersey signed by Lionel Messi.
5 into 10.
For us or for them? And it already happened? Okay. Substitution for LC Aris, number 5, Christian Milner, in for number 10, Adamar Lino Cortez. About 30 minutes gone here in this second half. Med City with a 3-0 lead. Looking to tack on a couple more. Never know if that goal differential will come into play come playoff time. So here they come. Repetto, nifty shot, bent it the wrong way. Goes wide right. And LC Aris will take over. LC Aris boots it into Med City territory. So they try and get on the board here tonight. They've got 15 minutes and change to do so. And they'll get to pass it in on the far side here.
Looks like number 5 is coming in for.
Med City tries to force the turnover, and they pass it back in a dangerous kick. That didn't quite go as planned for Alberto Centeno, but it's gathered by Hugh Parslow. Offside the call there on Med City, and so LC Aris will maintain possession. The 77-minute mark here in the second half. And that one gets deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with LC Aris. Not a corner kick, but able to get it in from a nice angle.
13.
As Med City will make another substitution here. LC Aris inbounds, and then they nearly fumble it out of bounds. As they work far side, Med City looking to preserve the shutout here. About 11 minutes and change to do so. Centeno receives it, kicks it out to Bruno Marone. And LC Aris showing a little bit of life here late, despite being down 3 goals. Again, they've been in this situation several times. Some leftovers from last year's squad that did not come away with a victory in NPSL play. They at least have pride to play the entire 90 minutes, as that shot by Nicholas Raessler came very close. Alberto Centeno started to guess to his left, then had to dive to his right in order to stop that one and keep Med City at 3. Just over 10 minutes remain in this match. Med City with a 3-0 lead. Goals by Nicholas Idopoulos, Claudio Repetto, and Francisco Neto have put Med City here. Repetto looking for another one. That one landed just outside the left post. And Repetto hit a crossbar earlier, had a header that was stopped. He could very easily have a hat trick tonight with a couple other bounces. But he did get a goal for the second time in as many matches here at home in Rochester. High lofting kick by Nicholas Raessler is gathered by Alberto Centeno. .82 minutes into this match. And it's Centeno passing it forward. Med City still looking to tack on another one here. Again, the goal differential is the tiebreaker come end of the season, and so Med City doesn't want to take their foot off the gas here. As Reisler bullies his way in and then gets knocked down by an LC Aris defender. Kasheki trying to keep it in the zone. And he does exactly that, deflecting it off of Christian Fernandez. He'll pass it in. Put it back, and Ida Palos got a piece of Matthew Espeline. And so LC Aris will take possession. Med City threatening once again. Pass to Kasheki, left behind him. And Espeline grabs it and then gets knocked to the turf. Cleared out by LC Aris. Levy gathers, quickly passes in. Reisler to Mia. And Med City being patient here. Ida Palos passes to Repetto. A nice back kick to Kasheki. And Kasheki dumps it right back off for Repetto. Reverses course. Nice shot, but a better save there by Alberto Centeno. That was maybe the prettiest attack of the night, and there have been many for Med City. And Centeno was able to stop that one, but the corner kick coming up for Med City. They sent it in. The header gets deflected towards the left. I think it was Reisler who got a piece of it for Med City. But it floats all the way out of bounds, so LC Aris will inbound. Andy Wilkinson into the match. Again, Med City using their subs. And so some different fellas on the field right now for Med City, trying to add to this lead. Kasheki, a lot of space to work on that left side. And he gets taken down. There's a whistle. Med City hoping for a penalty kick here, depending on the spot. And they are going to get it. So Gracious Kasheki, who has an assist in this match already, with a chance on the PK. Here comes the shot and a goal. It was Nicholas Reisler taking the shot for Med City, and they do indeed extend their lead to 4-0. A season ago, Med City opened NPSL play with a 4-0 win over LC Aris, and they are on pace to do the exact same here tonight. Their first NPSL home match of the season, and they lead 4-0 over LC Aris. Hard to believe they didn't score their first goal until stoppage time in the first half. As Wrestler dribbles it in, looking for more. Left-footed shot goes wide right there for Claudio Repetto. So at the 87-minute mark, goal by Nicholas Raessler on the penalty kick, which was earned by Gracious Kasheki. Kasheki gave way to Wrestler, and Wrestler did the rest. He has it now. Passing it in and finding Francisco Neto, almost. Diving save by Alberto Sotero. And Med City forces another turnover here. Johnny Lara reverses field. And another push. No whistle on this one. As Bryden hit the deck for Med City. It was outside the box. So a free kick coming here. Just on the edge for Med City. Left-footed kick gets headed in. Another goal. Spread it on, Med City. That was Claudio Repetto, his second goal of the night. This time the header finds the back of the net.
This is my number 20.
So it's a 5-0 lead for the Med City Mayhem as we have a couple minutes left of stoppage time. Really pouring it on at the end, and again, with the way the NPSL standings shake out, a 5-goal victory could end up making the difference as playoff standings are determined later on in the season. LC Aris will have an opportunity here with a penalty kick. Max Kundert taken down inside the box. And so a chance to essentially wipe away that last goal by Med City. Nate Levy dancing around. And Levy guesses wrong. Goal scored by Max Kundert. Shutout gone. And the 5-goal, what was going to be a 5-goal victory, will now likely end at 4. So a sour end to this match. We have got about another minute left of stoppage play. But it's Alex Kundert scoring the goal for LC Aris. And that will indeed do it for this match. Med City victorious 5-1 over LC Aris, who scores on a penalty kick in the closing seconds. But Med City with 2 points tonight in their NPSL conference opener. Stats from tonight's victory: Med City 5, LC Aris 1. Some things that stand out: 15 shots on goal for Med City, 10 saves for LC Aris, 29 shots overall for Med City versus only 2 for LC Aris. Med City improves to 2-1 on the season with the victory. 5-1 your final score. We're going to be joined in a moment here by Frank Spaeth, the GM, and tonight a coach of Med City, coming off their 5-1 victory. Coming up soon.
and playing quickly. Suddenly we were trying to dribble and do everything 1v1 because we were getting frustrated because we weren't scoring the goals. And so at halftime we just, we took them back in there. We said, you know what works is passing and moving, not dribble. And also I think just kind of refocusing and just letting the game come to them. I think our speed of play was much better than their team's was. But I think we played down to their level a little bit for a while. But once we picked it up and played our style, our speed of soccer, I think it made a big difference in the game. And, certainly the end score was a lot more impressive than the halftime score.
Sure. Well, and the offsides calls early on in the game, too, kind of maybe played a role in some of the passing and not doing as much of that either. But it seemed like once that goal went in at stoppage time in the first half, floodgates opened a little bit there in the second half.
Yeah, I think so. It was good to get that goal finally in the first half. I think, I always played up front, and it was always frustrating to me when I got called offsides on a few close calls or a few that I felt weren't. And it's a mental part of the game as much then as anything else, and trying to fight through that and know that you're doing the right things and it's going to come. And in the second half, it did for us. And, especially I think for Claudio, he was in so many good spots and he had so many good chances and just unlucky that first half. And to be able to put a couple in the net finally in the second half and everybody could kind of relax and hopefully enjoy the game.
Right. To have an unlucky night and still score 2 goals, that's really saying something. So what do you want to see the team work on here as we get a little deeper into the season?
Well, I think, our formation is really tactical. I think it's really important that we continue to work on those tactics and really hone those skills, because in a formation like this, if one person's not doing their job, not taking care of their responsibility, it can break down. And so I think it's just continuing to work on the tactics of the formation. It's continuing to work on our speed of play. I think, next is getting even more varied on the attack. I think we got a lot of skilled players. We've got a lot of players who can put the ball in the net. And so I think it's just a matter of continuing to gel and figure out how we can keep working together as a team to create more chances and score more goals. Certainly we're going to play some teams that are harder to face than LC Aris is. And so this was good from the standpoint of we were able to fix some things that maybe didn't go so well against Minneapolis City. We were able to score some goals and hopefully some guys that maybe felt a little shattered with their confidence on Saturday, hopefully build a little bit more confidence as we go into the heart of the season. It's 2 conference games down now, and it was important to get this win, and it's important on Saturday we come out and play and get a result there too.
Absolutely. So Med City on the road on Saturday. They'll be back here on Wednesday. If you can join us, that'd be great. They play Duluth here at home, always a good matchup. And Gift of Life Transplant House is accepting items that night. And so make sure, if you can make it to the game, bring that. We also want to have a little thank you to Subaru of Rochester, the new uniforms.
Yeah, they look really good. Thanks to Subaru of Rochester for sure. It's going to be a great partnership. We're really looking forward to it, and the jerseys look great. So it's always, if you play good, you feel good, you look good, it all goes together, right?
Well, and about the only thing you didn't do tonight was put on the jersey and play yourself. Frank Spaeth, the GM, and tonight the coach for Med City. Coach, congrats on the victory tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Good luck in the upcoming games. Fans at home on Facebook, thank you for joining us for this interview tonight. Again, Med City, your champion tonight, 5-1 over LC Aris. For Chris Roberts, Nick Novotny, Frank Moline, and the rest of the crew here at Med City FC, we thank you for joining us. Have a great night.